One guy who I know everyone respects, right? Travis Hunter, and covering the Big 12 a lot this year, like I do, just a huge piece of real estate for the conference, and it looks like he'll be a huge piece of real estate for Cleveland. McShay, I love to go back to when you're with your grandfather Marshall at the Rose Bowl in 1997, watching Charles Woodson, right? Against Washington State. The lazy comparison for me, right, because I can be lazy, and I don't do this for a living, is Charles Woodson. But who is a prospect you can compare Travis Hunter to? I mean, we've never really seen this before because of the amount of snaps that he played on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and I went back and looked, and I need to brush up on this because we did this back in, I think November, Muench, was it? When we did, Muench took one side of the ball, I took the other. We did a full evaluation, right? And at that point, I went back and looked because I was curious, right? Because everyone's like, yeah, Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson, Deion Sanders, his coach.
Yeah.
Between all of them, between Champ and Charles, they had fewer than 6 or 7 combined catches in their career in the NFL. So everyone's like, he's the next two-way player. No. And Prime, I think he had fewer than 60 or right around 60 catches. And obviously there was the return game element as well. But he had a long career in the NFL. And that number of catches represents 5-6 catches a year, okay, on average. So when people start talking about he's just like this guy, my answer is nah, he's not like anyone. We've literally never seen what Travis Hunter is about to try to do. And the same thing with Shohei Ohtani. And this was mentioned. Mensch came up with this. It's a brilliant comparison. Everyone's yeah, I get it, Babe Ruth, but in modern
understood that. I was like, there's no way this guy will, play both ways.
Yeah, but the part that concerns me and the load management, if you want to bring it to the NBA, the load management aspect of this is not stamina. Okay. The part that concerns me a little bit is he's got a kind of a linear frame, as we like to call it, kind of lean. Has had some nicks, shoulder and I worry about all right, now against grown men playing corner full time, how does that hold up? But anyone who's been to an NFL game, the TV timeouts, we're watching tape and it's 80 to 96 plays a game on both sides of the ball. He played over 1,000 snaps on average the last 2 years. Okay. So it's not a stamina thing. The game's slower, the timeouts, the tempo's not as fast. He's got it stamina-wise. It's how do we get him on the field right away and make a huge impact? And I think that's going to be a wide receiver. But we'd rather him in the cornerback room where communication is at the utmost importance, and there's 10 other guys that they've got to all jive together. So it'll be fascinating to see whether it's the Giants at 3 or if he falls to New England. I don't think he's getting to 3 or 4, but if he doesn't go to if he goes to Cleveland, it's wide receiver right away, and they'll figure out how to utilize him at the cornerback position. If you were to follow those other teams, maybe you could see, but I think New England would be the same. At the end of the day, he's going to play both sides. I think wide receiver will be the bigger impact early. Mensch, I don't you could take it from here, but I do think it would be criminal to not utilize him on both sides of the ball in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to.
Let's see that beard again.
Yeah. There he is.
I mean, you have to. That's his value, right? You have to play him on both sides. I'm fascinated, and I know this is down the road, but this is how I think. I want to see that second contract negotiation because the rookie contract, there's only so much you can do. But if this plays out the way we think it's going to play out, and he's going to play all these snaps on offense and defense, that is going to be a contract like we have never seen in the NFL for a non-quarterback. I can't wait to see how that gets ironed out because how do you pay a player that's playing 2 different positions? That's going to be interesting to see down the road.